The Mediterranean opens its arms widely to embrace its eternal bride, the city of Alexandria. The city, which was founded by Alexander the Great in 332 BC, presents a melding of Egyptian, Greek, and Roman cultures, and was known as a city where people had a talent for combining rather than destroying cultures. Unfortunately, most of the ancient city is submerged below the Mediterranean, but you can still enjoy the remnants of one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, the Lighthouse of Alexandria. In ancient times, the lighthouse stood nearly 400 feet in height, the equivalent to a 40-story high-rise. The final chapter in the history of the lighthouse came in 1480 AD, when the Egyptian Mameluke Sultan Qaitbay decided to fortify Alexandria's defense. He built a fortress on the same spot where the lighthouse once stood, using the fallen stone and marble. While not much remains above ground, underneath the city there are haunting reminders of an ancient culture. In 1900, a donkey fell through a hole in the ground and into an ancient well. The animal had made an extraordinary discovery: the catacombs of Kom el Shokafa. The catacombs in the late 2nd century were an active burial site. Scholars believe that the catacombs at first may have served one family, but were expanded into a mass burial site. Descending to the 2nd level, you enter an area eerily alive with sculpture and friezes.
So when you look at the crown over here, we have got the lotus and the papyrus, but they've been executed in a very foreign style, in a very Greek style. This is not the Egyptian style. When you go to the big temples in Upper Egypt to see the shape of the lotus or the shape of the papyrus, it's completely different. So they've been made here in Greek style.
Upon returning to the 1st level, visitors can reach a separate set of tombs. The area is known as the Hall of Caracalla. But you won't find human bones here. In AD 215, the Roman Emperor Caracalla visited Alexandria and ordered Alexandrian youths to the Ippodromo, where he let loose hundreds of horses in a stampede massacring the youths. The horses that died that day were brought to this catacomb for burial. The catacombs of Kom el Shokafa is a place where the burial rites of ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and Rome come together, completing one of Alexander the Great's dreams of combining the cultures of the ancient world into one. In the center of modern Alexandria is the excavation site of Kom el Deka. In Greco-Roman times, the area was known as the Park of Pan and a pleasure garden. Excavations started here in the 1960s and continue today. Over the past 40 years, excavations have uncovered many Roman remains, including a well-preserved theater with galleries, sections of mosaic flooring, and marble seats for up to 800 spectators. The theater has 13 semicircular tiers with marble brought in from Europe, Asia Minor, and Egypt. Now, no matter where you go in the Roman world, you're always going to find an amphitheater. This one's small in comparison to most you'd find in anywhere in the empire, but it was in use, continuous use anyway, until the Moors came in the late 7th century AD. Alexandria has a rich history, civilization, and culture. It is a city that has attracted the greatest learned men in the ancient world. Ancient scholars came here to study at the Great Library. Unfortunately, Julius Caesar destroyed it accidentally during the Alexandrian War of 46 BC. Scholars put the loss of scrolls at around 400,000. Now, nearly 2,000 years later, the library has been restored. The new library, called the Bibliotheca Alexandria, was inaugurated October 16, 2002, and contains more than 8 million books. A reading area with 2,000 seats, International School of Information Studies, a Young People's Museum, Library for the Blind, Science Museum, Calligraphy Museum, and Restoration Laboratory for rare manuscripts.
I think it's great. I think it's great that they took the time to go back and resurrect the library and open it back up for the people, because that was what it was here generally for, so that the new generation can have opportunity to take advantage of the new library.
Inside the library is huge and it's impressive and it can seat thousands and thousands of people. But the outside of the library is covered in every single language in the world, living and dead. For millennia, this solitary beacon of light in the desert of human ignorance has died and been reborn from the ashes of empires and the mysteries of antiquity. And the library's most recent incarnation ensures that the flame of knowledge will continue to burn as long as man looks into the unknown and asks why.